Sophie has come to join me. Sophie Drew is in the room. Hello, Sophie.
Hello, how are you doing?
Oh, you're sounding lovely. I'm very well, but more to the point, you're sounding lovely because about 30 seconds ago, you were sounding very crackly. But there was a swift operation to get you a new microphone.
Perhaps the most stressful 30 seconds of my life to date.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. So tell us more about what's in the news. What's in the news for you? I was going to say, but that sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? What are you going to tell us about today?
Well, I mean, it's sort of big news because I have actually left my house to go and do some, actually spend time with people and do some reporting in the outside world, which is a bit of a novelty these days. I went to a competition at Church House yesterday, hosted by Ecclesiastical Insurance, where they awarded £1,500 to a church in Penlee, and then also some monetary prizes to various other churches as well for their amazing work during the pandemic. So this church in Penlee, their Never Alone project, saw them doing all sorts of things like singing on doorsteps and prompting people to write poetry, posting little parcel pet kits to kids to kind of get them, they're like little puppets, cardboard puppet type things to use to kind of get them talking about how they were feeling in isolation and things like that. And then also delivering food to the elderly and isolating and families that were struggling to feed their families. So I caught up with a few of the wonderful do-gooders. So Sally Crabtree, also known as the Poetry Postie, who was one of the people going around singing on the guitar, Sian Yates, Vicky Howard and Keno Torriello.
We're so excited and actually really surprised because the projects that people have been doing were so good, and we were humbled by them. So it was a real surprise, so thank you.
Can you just explain what it is you did?
Yeah, our Never Alone project was about trying to get both a sense of fun and food and community spirit out during lockdown. So we, with Sally the Postie's help, we sent out all sorts of kits for people to write poems and to make their own parcel pet. And lots of our children talked through their parcel pets. And every week, 3 times a week, we delivered food to the elderly and isolated. And we also sent out food to families that were struggling.
And I'm assuming you couldn't bring all the people with you today, so how do you think they're going to feel when you go home with the big plaque?
They're going to be amazing. I think it's, for me, especially the young people that were involved. We played a little song before, and that was inspired by their ideas, and it's a really great thing for them to see that, they made this project happen, along with everybody else, and it's great for them to know there's a big wide world out there and that they are so valuable and they're the next generation coming up. So I feel so happy for them, but happy for the community really, because and all of the communities, because so much was done, and you can feel really proud.
How do you think other churches can be doing things to rally around community?
We're asking people really to see the face of Christ in everybody, and if you see the face of Christ in everybody, I think then you're inspired to do some really exciting projects with some fun and joy and happiness, but providing some very basic things. Yeah. So, face of Christ in everybody you see.
How are you going to spend the prize money?
Well, on these projects for the winter, feeding people who are hungry. Yeah. Because there's a lot of food and fuel poverty. We want to use it for that.
And with Sally, we will be doing lots of things about tea.
In some of the parcels, we have an invite to a creativity party, and we've been really hoping we could do this sooner rather than later, but now it's starting to be possible, and that will again bring people together through creativity, but it's all about well-being, waking up the wonder.
The Good News Church Competition Awards were presented by Ecclesiastical Insurance. I spoke to Michael Angel, the company's business director, about why the event is so important.
The opportunity to get together with people who are policy holders, that's what they are. They're our bread and butter, people in the church. So it's really exciting. And yes, I think everybody was very much excited to meet with people. And there were some lovely people, a lovely crowd and a lovely day.
Why an event like this for an insurance company?
Because of the insurance company we are. It's as simple as that. We are ecclesiastical. We've been here for 135 years looking after churches. It's what we do. So it's a perfectly natural thing. So it's just all part of our support and giving to charities, in this case, the church.
So that was Michael Angel talking about the Good News Church competition won by the Penlee cluster, who we heard a little bit earlier.
Oh, Sophie, that has made my morning. It's made my morning. That was beautiful.
Absolutely lovely.
Wasn't it lovely? Absolutely glorious. I want to move to Penlee now. Just that lovely, the way people were speaking, the face of Christ. See the face of Christ in everybody. I love that. I mean, the pandemic actually, interestingly, it was a lot of creativity and people finding new ways to reach out because of the difficulty we were through. But that was just a beautiful example.